morning, everybody. I'm coming back to you to actually repeat the live I've done yesterday because of the sound quality. Um, I apologize. So, YogaNidra introduction number three. Um, I want to speak a little bit about the training and my specification about alive spirituality. What does it mean? How we can live a spirituality that is alive, that is fully integrated in our daily life activities as well. So we live in a time in which we can practice and study spirituality as a householder, as a mom, as a father, as a worker, and we have the opportunity to get to this information and also practices while being fully in our lives involved. So for me, what I witnessed the past 10 years, 14 years that I'm practicing spirituality, uh, let's say seriously, thoroughly, is that I have met people that practice the vertical path, that are doing their meditation, their sadhana, their spiritual practices, and they don't manage even after 5, 8, 10 years to hold these peak experiences um, that they make in meditation in their daily life. Like some of them are even crashing regularly, like really falling hard because they do not or did not manage to integrate their experience of love, oneness, wholeness into their lives and into their relationships. So, um, from my observation, it was a lack of inner work. Let me explain this. On the other hand, I have met many people, especially the last 7 years, that are very intensely um, surrendering or offering their lives to the inner work, to the horizontal work. So they are going really deep in the exploration of themselves, of their pain, of their ancestors, etc. And they try to evolve and grow out of their pain. So, what I witness there is if they do not have a vertical practice that is joining their horizontal work, then they get lost a lot. And they get lost digging, they get lost hurting themselves with the inner work they do. Repeating cycles, just for example, doing shadow work um, to confirm beliefs like I'm not good enough, or to strengthen the feeling of guilt and being not worth it, etc. And they get really lost in this work. Um, get lost in the digging. They get lost in the searching. If they can't find anything within themselves, then they find it in others, or they find it in the culture, in the subconscious of the country, of the world, of the planet, etc. And it doesn't stop. So, from my personal experience with my students and with my clients, it is necessary to have both, to have very good, stable, vertical path and practice of meditation, of affirming and firming yourself, to have moments of silence, of concentration, of meditation, in order to connect to our, yeah, you want to call it higher self, to our highest values, to come into a space of void and silence, to recharge on a spiritual level, to be nourished on a spiritual level, mm, to connect to our deep uh, knowledge and wisdom that is within every person, yeah, in order to access and get really wise answers to our inner works. We need the connection here because here we actually receive a lot of support um, from our higher self, from the universe, from God, however you want to call these different levels of verticality that we can experience, and it benefits the inner work, and the horizontal work benefits the vertical work, because if we manage to face our shame, our fear, and if we manage to stand upright, knowing who we are, including our dark sides, including our shadows, our pains, our wounds, our coping mechanisms, then we manage to stay in the peak experiences of our meditation for an extended time. Um, you, as a spiritual practitioner, you may have experienced the feeling of guilt or not being worth of love, being not worth of grace, um, mm, not feeling good enough to hold the container of love, to hold your awareness, your consciousness in a more subtle sphere. So these kind of inner pains may interfere our ability to stay in the deeper state of consciousness for the integration as well. And if if the excuse me, if our relationships can't benefit from the vertical practice we do, then for sure we're not doing our practice well enough, because not wanting to trigger the good enough wound, attention, loving kindness with yourself. Um, a teacher of mine said once, can you evaluate the quality of your sadhana? Do you know the fruits, the change, the transformation of the practice that you do? Can your husband or wife confirm the benefits that you're describing? Do you truly change? Do you truly manage to blossom? Do you truly manage to access areas of the heart that have been hidden? Do you truly manage to become more subtle, more conscious um, in your daily life? So ask your children, ask your partner for this. So as you can see, they are complementing each other, and they are needing each other. Um, they are supporting each other, and I want to emphasize one more time that if we manage to balance the vertical and the horizontal path in a harmonious way, you will receive a lot of support in both directions. There is a sort of guidance and grace on this path of the mm, the combination. And I would love to hear from you also about your experience you have in this. And this is something I emphasize a lot in my Yoga Nidra teacher trainings. Some of my students who are teachers now, they said that my descriptions of the Yoga Nidra teacher training does not fit and meet their experience with that course, because of this part of bringing aliveness into spirituality, embodied spirituality. And this is something I definitely focus on, and you will recognize it in the course that I I focus a lot on combining both the inner work, the reflection, meeting your pride, meeting your will, meeting your fear, and overcoming shame, and showing yourself more fully with all parts of your psyche, so that we can live more fully our soul purpose, our heartfelt desire, which Yoga Nidra is supporting us in both ways. Yoga Nidra is teaching us acceptance, is teaching us the ability of letting go of the attachment to our suffering. So it is a very big healing key hidden in the Yoga Nidra. And at the same time, it allows us neuroplasticity to learn both sides of the coins, yeah, to become more flexible in our daily life decisions. And of course, due to this deep relaxation and slow brain waves, we are able to reach very high states of consciousness if we manage to cross through the holistic relaxation, and we we learn to anchor this state of consciousness with the ability to see ourselves as we are. Yeah. And that's all I wanted to say. So please let me know if there are any questions or comments. I'm happy if this becomes more interactive. So bye bye. Namaste.